Ever since I've been a teenager, I've wanted to have my own business. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I knew that I loved helping others. And I went to go see someone. I remember that. I went to go see someone to see if I can get approved to get a loan. And I wanted just to start something. Okay. I didn't really even have a plan. And the guy asked me, "Do you have a plan?" And I kind of just threw something together and I started rambling. And I did not know anything about what I was supposed to have as a business plan. And so, of course, I got denied. Well, years later, much years later, I let it go. Up until recently, about 2 years ago, about I'd say 4 years ago again, I started dabbling with having my own online business. I went to school, I got my esthetician license, I finished that, and then I got some certificates for learning how to do micro needling. Not, I'm sorry. Learn how to do permanent makeup. I don't even know why I was thinking about micro needling. Permanent makeup. And then I took some advanced courses, how to do eyeliner and lip liner, lip blushing. And then I went on to taking some certifications for learning how to do the medical side of permanent makeups. For instance, it would be scars and stretch marks, burns, and things like that. Well, I had my business open for about 2 years and it was so tough. Now, in the end is when I did the medical tattooing. And so I really should have stuck with that. But I felt like at the time it just wasn't for me. I closed down my place and that I let that kind of go a little bit. I got into Etsy and print on demand for a little while. I learned how to do a lot of my things on Canva, and I learned a lot of how to do some like printing and labels, certain things like that. So that's where I got a little bit more familiar with computers. And I mean, I knew some, but I didn't know how to do a lot of things before. And so that just didn't work. I felt like Etsy was overcrowded, it was saturated, oversaturated, and it really wasn't your own thing. So if you put out something, someone else would put about, tons around your product with lower prices and just so much competition. So I kind of gave that up. And I started hiring, I started watching a lot of coaches online. And then I hired my first coach. I'd say 8 months ago. And I started, trying to learn how to help people. They didn't really teach you how to build your courses. They just showed you how to get your um, things up, your funnels, your sales page, and they didn't show you the tech side of it. So I really struggled in that area on Kajabi then. And then I found some other coach that I was like, I don't really fit too well with this coach. That was fine. And I went on to Samcart and I created another course. It was the same one, but I did a new one. I fixed this one. I, got it up to date because I was learning more as I went on. And then I'd say around 4 months ago, I'd say 4.5 months ago, I think I went to Samcart, and I really do like that. So it is a little they all really are pricey, but um this right now I'm in the basic, and what I like about Samcart is you could put your order bumps, which are popular add-ons, on the same page as your checkout page. So if you have your course and then you want to put your ebook, your guides, another mini course on that same page, that is where all of your order bumps live, on the checkout page, which I really do like that because people don't have to go back and forth another page and then go back on there, because people already have a hard time deciding if they're going to get your course. I mean, sometimes it takes, about, I'd say between 8 to 10 times before they decide they're going to go with you by watching you and getting a feel for you, filling you out, to see how they like you or trust you. Do you know what you're talking about? Is this person for real? So I ended up getting the coach that I have now, that I've got multiple courses with her, because she's low ticket, but she does a lot of her order bumps on there. And that's how you end up making your money. So that is how I really, I really started to feel like I wanted to have my own online courses that I know that I can help people. I have a lot to tell with my women's channel, for helping women grow their hair, whether it's aging and or damaged hair. I talk a lot about hormone replacement therapy. Not too much, but I throw some in there. My course for hair is my main thing that I talk about, or just not the course, but I talk about hair and, helping hair heal from the inside out. And then I add all these other sub niches into it, which I feel like with women, we're so far behind with this. But I was new to tech, did not know anything, and I'm building my courses and I'm learning how to do it on this storefront, Samcart. And it's very, very tough. Don't get me wrong. It is, I mean, it's not easy at all. So that is how I started that. But my goal is to just not work for anyone and have my own thing going, have my freedom that I can go on a vacation when I want, not have to answer to an employer. Also, I want to retire from having to go in to work. I want to work on my thing. I want to be able to leave my kids something, be able to possibly give them something that they could continue on, maybe my courses if they have any interest, which I know my son doesn't. My daughter may. My son, I want to teach him how to do the online courses. He's learning how to play the electric guitar, and he's teaching himself, basically going onto YouTube, going on to some other things, but he's basically learning from scratch as well. So I told him that is something that you could tell other people, you could show other people. So we'll see. But this is something that I have a desire. I've always had a dream to have my own business, and it is tough. It is one of the hardest things when you don't see overnight success, and it is just sometimes it gets a little discouraging, but I know I love it, so I'm continuing to go on. Something that I really appreciate is when big coaches tell you how tough it was in the beginning. I really, really appreciate that, because my first coach made it sound like it was really easy. I mean, she did say it takes time, but at the same time, she would always go on and talk about all the other people in our community, how they got 1,000 views, if not more, with their very first video or their third video ever making. When at the time, I was on my other channel for about 7 months, and I posted 3 times a week, no matter what, every single day. And then I would, well, the weekday, on the weekend, I didn't really post. Every once in a while I would, but in the weekday, it never failed. I did it 3 to 4 times a week, no matter what, working on myself, trying to get better, doing the things that they told me to do. But it doesn't matter. Everybody's story and journey is different. Like, I'm not saying it can't work. These things will work, but it's still going to take time. Another big coach that I watch once in a while, he said it took him, I think he said between 5 years or 8. It was really crazy before he saw any traction. Now it could be sooner, but he's just giving you uh, some insight that you got to be in this for the long haul. And it could be that long, or it could be a year. It could be 5 months, 4 months. I mean, some people just take off. One thing you got to remember is if you're hitting big virality videos and people aren't going, I'm not saying always, but sometimes slow growth is better because you can get your community. And if you have a video that takes off like that, it's really hard to make money because you have to keep your videos going consistently to make that money, especially if you're trying to get monetized. You have to keep your views up constantly, and that's not always easy. I heard big creators say that they have a video really high up, and then all the other ones, they're mediocre, and it just takes a really long time to start getting any kind of traction for monetization. And also in February, it's going up even more. So instead of 4,000 watch hours, it's 8,000. 8,000. I believe I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry, but I know it's going to be going up. And so you want to get your own thing going. You want to have your own business. You want to have your own online coaching. You want to help people. You want to build something, because this way you know that you have your own thing to help with, your own niche. And there's so many things that you can help people with. You wouldn't believe on my Facebook community how many things that I wouldn't even think of that people are having an online course on, and very successful. And this is from, oh, my phone's ringing. Hang on. Okay, so that was my husband. He's calling because he was on his way to trade in his car because he's having problems with it already because he's almost done paying it off, and that's usually when that happens. And the guy called him. He said, "Are you on your way?" And my husband said, "Yes, I'll be on my way." So he got halfway there, which this place was probably about 30-minute drive. And as he was kind of pulling in, or almost pulled in, the one of the guys called him and said that they actually were gone, or the guy that was supposed to help him was gone. And I'm not sure why they called him, but I guess to tell him. And my husband drove all the way up there, so he's really bummed. He's like, I was expecting to drive away with this car. And so they said they'll have it all ready for him Monday. All he has to do is sign, but he was really bummed about that. So that's what that was. And I probably forgot what I was talking about. Okay, and so that is just what you need to do. You need to get that going. So that's why I'm going to be putting out my course to help you build your courses. I mean, I'm going to give you more of a guidance cart, like I said. And so I'm going to have a add-on if you are taking Samcart, if you're using Samcart, which I really think that you should. I mean, that's just, a lot of big creators, coaches use this. My coach uses this. And you could also do high ticket on there. But I love it. I love the layout. So I will have that as a separate, just because I feel like if you're not going to use Samcart and I'm teaching you that, I mean, I don't know. I just think I'm going to put it as an add-on to my course. If you want to learn how to put your courses on Samcart, I mean, I might have a little, like a basic on the main course to kind of show you where everything is. I do also have my videos, a couple on here that show you already how to build Samcart a little bit, putting your checkout. And the way I explained it is probably a little confusing because I'm not great with doing tutorials. And so, I did my own course on my hair. I built that, and I'm great, getting better and better with the tech side of building your courses. But I mean, explaining it is hard for me. So I get a little tongue tied. And if I can't find where something is, I probably ramble. But I'm going to try to be really structured in the courses. But yes, that will be an option to do the order bump, which I'm doing low ticket. So take advantage of it, because in my Facebook group, my community group, people say how long it's taken them to build their courses because of the tech side. And trust me, I spent hours and weeks every day trying to figure out the tech side, even with Google, even with AI, asking questions. And sometimes AI is wrong. Don't think that they're right all the time. I've actually had them screw me up because they're giving me old data with Samcart or other storefronts that have updated their storefronts and there's certain things, and they were going by the old, and it took me another hours or whatever, however long, to get that going because they gave me the wrong information. And also Samcart, they will get back with you. They're really good with getting back with people. They are so good. I email them and they get back to me pretty quick. If not, it'll be that same day, but they're really, really excellent with it. So I've actually figured out some things on the tech side on my own. So I'm proud of myself because, like I said, I didn't know any tech, and it is something that's fun. I love it. Even with the challenges, I love finding out new things. I love using my brain, and something that I can't figure out, I will sit there and I will try to figure out until I figure it out. So that is awesome. I had my little shirt on from work and I was cold, and it's hot, but I was like kind of cold today. I don't know why. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And I did not get to my course. I had the layout going. I didn't build the course yet. I didn't build the lessons. I have my checkout page. I had to tweak some stuff to make it a little like to let people know what's actually in the course. And I may tweak it at some point, but now I got to go into my courses and work on those and the lessons and do my recording. So that is just something that I will be working on, probably not till next week. I wait for my days off, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I do have a lot of things coming next week. I have a dentist appointment. I got to get the other side of my face, which is the deep cleaning. Those hurt. It's so crazy. The shots that they give you. Oh my God. It's, oh, I hate it. And then Thursday, yeah, Thursday, we're going to go see, we're going to a concert. We're going to go see, oh my God, My Chemical Romance. And then Friday, I have some going Friday too. Oh, I have to go to the doctor for a test, just like a physical, like, so, yeah. But anyway, hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for listening and watching if you did. And if you have any questions, comments, let me know. If you're curious on starting your own business and you're afraid and you're nervous, well, it's going to just be tough in the beginning, and it's still tough later down the road, but you get better with time. And if you don't start, you're not gonna, you're just gonna keep prolonging it. So just get yourself familiar, start recording on YouTube, go on Instagram. I do those two back and forth. I know my coach says to focus on one platform at a time, but I had already started on YouTube, so I just kind of want to continue it. And I just started my Instagram kind of again about 4 or 5 months ago, and I really just want to keep it going because I have my mini chat on Instagram. So I think those are, between these two channels, this one and my hair, it is a little much, but it doesn't take me that long to record. So I hope everyone has a great night again. Thank you.